Seed of desire, the mind. The mind is that part of us that makes us aware of who we are, what we are, and where we are. Through it, we think, feel, make choices, have desires, collect memories, and discover both our purpose and the tools necessary to accomplish our purpose. It is the seat of our consciousness. It is the most fertile soil that God has ever created. It is so fruitful and rich that whatever seed of desire you plant in it, whether good or bad, will reproduce in great abundance. David had a seed of desire to build a temple for the Lord, but because of the many people he killed during times of war, God told him he wouldn't be allowed to do it. His son Solomon would build the temple instead. Solomon had not even been born as yet when God told this to David, but the seed of desire was already planted in David's mind. He had a vision of how he wanted the temple to look and what kind of materials he wanted to use for the building. This building had to be the best. When Solomon was just a young boy, David began making provisions for the construction of the temple. He provided gold, silver, brass, and iron in abundance. He even provided the wood and stone. To top it off, when Solomon was old enough to start building the temple, he didn't even have to look for skilled laborers. David already had them in place. He even gave Solomon the plan he was to follow when building the temple, to be certain that it was built or reproduced according to what he saw in his mind. David's seed of desire gave him a clear picture of what would be manifested in reality through a son who had not yet been born. This caused him to take the necessary steps in providing what would be needed to bring his seed of desire to pass, down to the very last detail. His seed of desire was passed on to his son, along with the physical and financial means necessary to bring it to pass. It took 7 years to build the temple. David knew that he would not be alive during the time that it was being built, but his seed of desire was so strong that the vision was caught by his son, who not only shared it and did all he could to fulfill it, but made his father's vision a part of his own. You can read about this story in 1 Chronicles chapter 22. Even though David knew that he would not be around for the complete fulfillment of his seed of desire, he nurtured it, developed it, and made all the necessary arrangements to have it brought to fruition. He wasn't concerned about who would get the credit for his idea. He was concerned about a house being built for God, where all of the people could come and worship and give thanks for his many blessings toward them. What seed of desire do you have? And what are you doing about it? Are you cultivating, nurturing, and developing it? Or are you ignoring it because you think it is out of your league? Or maybe you're being selfish because you know that you will not be around long enough for its complete fulfillment, and you don't want anyone else getting credit for your work. If you are not fulfilling your seed of desire, what are you doing about it? Is it lying dormant in the recesses of your mind, locked in by all of the cares and anxieties of life? Are you afraid of it? Or are you just too lazy to apply the necessary effort to bring it to fruition? If money is the problem and God gave you the vision, He will provide the means necessary for you to get the money that you need to fulfill the vision. Whatever the reason, search through all of the dust and cobwebs of your mind. Find your seed of desire and begin to work on its development today. You will be amazed at the new outlook you will have on life and the sense of purpose and direction that will begin to dominate your mind.